in life, you don't get what you want. You get who you are. You get who you are becoming. So who are you becoming? Let's be honest. What are you just getting on with? Are you like most people around the world who are just getting on with procrastinating, putting things off? Are you just getting on with making excuses every single day, excusing yourself from making better choices? You can just get on with doing things differently. You can reinvent yourself. You can completely change your life. Let's stop voting for the person that we don't want to be, and let's just get on with bringing our best self to the party of life every single day.
So you know, one of your biggest problems is that you keep thinking that there is another you. And for me, I started to accomplish more than I ever have in my life when I realized that there's nobody like me, that there's nobody that can do what I can do. You have to come to the resolve today, now, that you don't need anyone's permission to make your dream a reality.
And it may not always go the way you want, but at the end of the day, you have to understand that there's a reason for you. And there's a reason why things happen. Once those things have been figured out, now you're going to move on to purpose. Purpose has already been written. It has a bottom line to it. There is no, was this supposed to happen? There was no coincidence attached to it. It was meant to be. It is gonna happen no matter what you think, no matter what I think, no matter how any of us feel in this world. Purpose has already been.
See, we're not supposed to tuck our dreams in on the pillow when we get up in the morning. We're not supposed to leave them at home and go and fulfill somebody else's dream. We're not supposed to do that. That's not what we're wired to do. That's not who we are. Your human spirit doesn't care about the economy. The human spirit doesn't care that my son's father went to prison. The human spirit doesn't care what's happened to your family. The human spirit doesn't care about the past. You may have been molested, or your family may have been broke, or you may have been betrayed, or you may have a divorce. Your human spirit doesn't care about any of that. Your human spirit simply says, what's our command for tomorrow?
Every room you walk into, you show up and you show out, and you leave it all on the table. Remember your passion. When you don't see a light at the end of your tunnel, you got to remember the light that is burning inside of you, that nobody is able to put out. There is not a person on this planet that can stop it.
If you died today, what dreams, what ideas, what talents, what books, what music, what leadership, what voice will die with you?
There are a lot of people who are biting their fingers in fear that they might lose their jobs. But there are few people who have decided within themselves, I'm going to make it. Some people aren't waiting to be cut. Some people are moving on their own because they feel within themselves, I've got what it takes to make it. They're not afraid about tomorrow because of how they see themselves, because of what they feel that they deserve, because of what they feel that they can create for themselves. Because these people have decided, as they look at the future, as they look at themselves, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way for me to begin to create a way out of no way. And when you have that kind of consciousness, when you have that kind of spirit, nothing can stop you. Nothing.
There's no secret to success. There's a system to success. And no matter what organization you become a part of, the system works if you work it. If you don't work it, it won't work. But it works if you work it. And that's one 4-letter word that most people don't like. They're not willing to work.
As human beings, we need to understand that everything that we do is governed by our view of the future. But not just tomorrow, not just next week, the future that you can create in 6 months, 6 years, or 60 years. Because everything we do as human beings is governed by this view of the future that we see. But most people don't see a future beyond today, tomorrow, next week. And most people are just getting on with being average. Most people are just getting on with being like everybody else. This is your wake-up call to just get on with doing what you know that you could do. That if you did every single day, all of a sudden, you would completely reinvent yourself. You would apply the most powerful law in the universe, the law of compounding. So who is the person that you could become? Are you just getting on with ruminating, going over and over things inside your mind and never taking the action to really break through? Are you just getting on with being distracted, letting your impulses get the better of you? Take this as a wake-up call. You see, the word distraction comes from the same Latin root word, trahere, which means distraction or traction. And in life, it's really important to wake up to the reality that you're either moving forwards to something you want, or you're moving away from something you don't want. Right here, right now, what do you have the opportunity to just get on with? So if you want to change, let's start by looking at what are you just getting on with. Let's look at your personal truth. This is the reality of the experience of being you. It's what you're saying to yourself and what you're doing when no one is around. But it's also what you're really doing, what you're really intently focusing on. It's where you're being intentional. But look, here's a warning. Don't judge, don't blame, don't criticize when you put the spotlight on yourself. Because when you put the spotlight on yourself, you're going to see where you're putting your energy. You're going to see your insecurities. You're going to see your imperfections. I know that the biggest challenge that we all have is learning how to think greater than we feel. You see, most people right now, they are stopping themselves from making breakthroughs. So the time has come for you to realize that the breakthroughs come by doing the things that are difficult and challenging and that you don't feel like doing. But if you want something enough, if you really want to become your future self, then surely you've got to understand right here, right now, that how you feel really isn't that important. You see, your power is in your ability to connect to your future self and behave in the way where you bring your future self to the life you can create every single day. So stop putting your life on hold and ask yourself, what can I just get on with? And every time you're stuck, listen to this again and ask yourself, what can I just get on with? What can I do right now that if I did it in this moment, everything would change? When you're feeling stuck, when you're feeling confused, when you're feeling like, I don't know what to do, just ask yourself, what can I just get on with? Because your ability to just get on with just getting on is where you will unleash the power that you have. Human beings are works in progress who mistakenly think that they're finished. We think that who we are is who we're always gonna be. You can reinvent yourself. A great life, it doesn't happen by chance. It happens by design, and the best way to design that life right here, right now, is to just get on with it. Say it with me, just get on with it. And in this moment, what will you do that will transform your life today? Just get on with it.